Bronny James, he's 7 for 28 in 4 preseason games from the field. He's 2 for 13, I believe, from three-point range. He's got 8 assists and 8 turnovers. He's moving into year 2. This guy is not an NBA player.
When LeBron James and his son Bronny stepped onto an NBA court together, they made history as the league's first active father-son duo. But this wasn't just a heartwarming sports moment. It sparked one of the most heated debates in modern basketball. Did Bronny earn his spot, or is he the NBA's most famous nepotism case? On October 22, 2024, Bronny James made his professional debut for the Los Angeles Lakers against the Minnesota Timberwolves. LeBron called it his #1 accomplishment. Fans around the world had mixed reactions. Some celebrated the milestone. Others questioned whether merit still matters in professional sports. The conversation around Bronny is split down the middle. Supporters point to his incredible resilience after surviving a cardiac arrest in July 2023, his defensive instincts, and his determination to build his own legacy despite living in his father's massive shadow. Critics, however, point to his underwhelming college stats at USC, his low draft position at 55th overall, and a rookie contract that seems unusually generous for a late second-rounder. To them, the evidence is clear. Bronny's roster spot came from his last name, not his on-court performance. This father-son pairing is uncharted territory for the NBA. Let's break down their on-court performance, the economics behind the move, the psychological pressure Bronny faces, and what this all means for basketball history.
LeBron may not have the leverage to get Bryce into the NBA. And because I do think that was his plan. He may not have the leverage to keep Bronny in the NBA. And I know Bronny's got this contract, and if he sticks with the Lakers, maybe it's inevitable. But if LeBron ever has to really force his way out, that may be the end of Bronny's career.
To understand the nepotism allegations, we need to look at Bronny's numbers across every level of competition. The main criticism? His production doesn't match what you'd expect from an NBA-caliber prospect. At USC, Bronny's freshman season was derailed by a cardiac arrest during practice, a life-threatening event that scouts say must be factored into any evaluation. When he did play, the results were, frankly, underwhelming. In 25 games, he averaged just 4.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists per game. Compare that to other guards in the 2024 draft class like Jared McCain, who put up 14.3 points and 5 rebounds, while shooting over 41% from three-point range. The gap is massive. His 2024-25 G League season with the South Bay Lakers showed promise, 21.9 points per game and a solid 38.0% from three-point range. Those numbers gave hope that maybe, just maybe, he could develop into a legitimate pro. But then came the 2025-26 G League campaign, and the optimism faded. His three-point percentage plummeted to 21.2%, reigniting every concern about whether he can be a consistent offensive threat at the professional level. Scouting reports paint a picture of an athletic but undersized combo guard. His calling card? Defensive energy and high basketball IQ. Scouts believe he could become a solid 3-and-D specialist down the line. My video on why Bronny James can't and won't succeed breaks down his shortcomings literally. Through his first 2 NBA seasons, his effective field goal percentage sits below 39%, a clear sign he's struggling to score efficiently against NBA-level defenses. He plays hesitant, often passing up open looks. That timidity led to a viral moment when head coach J.J. Redick literally yelled at him during a game against the Bucks, demanding that James shoot the bleeping ball.
His greed, his desire to play with his son may end up blowing up in his face. This has turned into a tragic soap opera moment.
But here's the thing. Nepotism isn't new to the NBA. It's woven into the fabric of the league. Insiders like Adrian Wojnarowski have pointed out that familial connections run deep throughout NBA ownership groups, front offices, and coaching staffs. The league has always made room for the children and relatives of stars and executives. Look at Austin Rivers. When his father, Doc Rivers, coached and ran the front office for the Los Angeles Clippers, he traded for him and gave him a significant contract. Critics tore into the move, arguing that Rivers was considered straight trash and was on his way out of the league before his father saved his career. But Rivers proved the doubters wrong. He transformed from a high-volume, inefficient scorer into a respected defensive role player. The lesson? Nepotism might open the door, but staying in the league requires real skill and adaptation. I've watched a few of Austin Rivers' pickup games, and his skill level is undeniable. One of his moves, a hard between-the-legs bounce into a step-back three, is something I use all the time and even showed in one of my videos. Without question, Austin Rivers is far better than Bronny James.
Apart from his NBA salary, Bronny also earns from endorsement deals. He signed with Nike Basketball in 2022, becoming one of the first high school athletes to secure such a deal. This partnership is particularly notable given his father's long-standing relationship with Nike. Additionally, Bronny has an NIL deal with Beats by Dre, a company his father was the first athlete ambassador for back in 2008.
One of the biggest drivers of the nepotism debate is Bronny's financial success he achieved before ever playing a single professional minute. Thanks to the NIL era in college sports, Bronny built a brand worth millions, far exceeding what his on-court production would justify. By May 2024, Bronny's NIL valuation hit an estimated $5.9 million. His sponsorship portfolio is stacked. Nike, following in his father's footsteps with that lifetime deal, Beats Dre, he became the first high school athlete signed by the brand 14 years after his father became its inaugural ambassador, Google for promoting their Circle to Search function in 2023, Fanatics Collectibles for unique trading cards featuring both him and LeBron, PSD Underwear focused on authentic product use. From a business perspective, drafting Bronny was a masterstroke for the Lakers. The move virtually guaranteed LeBron would stay in Los Angeles for years to come, boosting ticket sales, merchandise revenue, and national media coverage. Bronny's number 9 jersey became the top-selling rookie jersey of the season. Ticket prices for G League games featuring the South Bay Lakers exploded. Secondary market listings reached nearly $1,000 for Summer League debuts.
How much does Bronny James make? Have you ever wondered how much the son of basketball legend LeBron James earns? Let's dive into the details of Bronny James's salary and other earnings. Bronny James, who recently made his debut in the NBA G League with the South Bay Lakers, has a significant contract with the Los Angeles Lakers. His current contract is a 4-year deal worth $7,895.
Being the son of one of the greatest athletes of all time creates psychological pressure most people can't imagine. Bronny has openly discussed these challenges, admitting he's dealt with intense scrutiny and imposter syndrome, the feeling that his achievements are dismissed as products of privilege rather than earned through hard work. Bringing a high-profile Nepo baby into a professional locker room can also create friction. Anonymous reports from the 2024 Summer League suggested tension among the Lakers' young core. Some players reportedly resented the star treatment Bronny received, feeling that game plans were overly focused on him at the expense of other prospects trying to earn roster spots. There's no denying the advantages Bronny has enjoyed. He grew up with a father who provided insider knowledge on what it takes to build a legendary career, instilling values of hard work and discipline from day one. He had access to professional-grade training facilities, elite coaching, and high-level AAU competition against the nation's best prospects throughout his youth. Because he doesn't need the money, he can focus purely on his goals and aspirations, playing basketball out of genuine love for the game rather than financial necessity. Growing up in the public eye also prepared him to handle the intense media scrutiny of the NBA, a skill many rookies take years to develop. But the disadvantages are just as real. Bronny will never receive a fair evaluation. Every mistake he makes gets amplified by social media and traditional media outlets. The criticism flies in one ear and out the other, but it still shapes how the public sees him. The LeBron situation proves that politics is in everything, leading to the perception that Bronny is taking a spot from a more deserving player who lacks the proper last name. Some analysts, including Stephen A. Smith, argue that by skipping a traditional multi-year college development path, Bronny may have actually hurt his own growth, entering a league he wasn't close to ready for.
Playing devil's advocate here, but if Bronny had got to play for LeBron as coach, maybe he'd have a case against Shedeur.
The integration of Bronny James into the Los Angeles Lakers defies standard basketball logic, but it makes perfect sense in the world of modern celebrity-driven professional sports. From a purely statistical standpoint, the skepticism about his NBA readiness is completely justified. His college and early NBA efficiency ratings lag significantly behind peers drafted in similar or even later positions. But here's what the Lakers understood. Bronny's value isn't measured solely in points per game. His worth is a combination of defensive potential, brand synergy, and organizational stability. By drafting Bronny, the Lakers locked in LeBron James, one of the most profitable assets in sports history for years to come. The Bronny James era is an unprecedented experiment in blending family legacy with professional athletics. His birthright gave him an entry point most athletes will never see, but his ultimate success will be judged by the same brutal standards of efficiency and production that apply to every player in the National Basketball League. The nepotism debate raises important questions about fairness and opportunity, but it doesn't account for the individual resilience and work ethic required to survive after those initial doors have been opened. The James duo has already rewritten the NBA's marketing playbook. Whether they can rewrite the rules of on-court success together, that story is still being written. Like, subscribe, share, and maybe even hype the video. Let me know if you agree with my critique of Bronny James as a quote-unquote nepo baby. Thanks for watching.